today is not a law day, it is a news day. So I will be doing news coverage for There we go. Oh my god. That is frustrating. Also, what the fuck? OBS. Filters? Nice. Alright, yeah, turn that on. There we go. Alright. I will start completely over again. Hello, my name is Jacob Davidson. I am a legal layman in North Texas, and this is a show where I try to learn the law and educate while I'm learning. So for today, the topics are... Oh! I was playing copyrighted music yesterday. Earlier today, I was listening to it while I was writing. I thought I had paused it. Okay, let's see if I can be heard better. Oh. Alright, it seems like I can. Oh, god damn it. Hey, Native, thank you for telling me. I wish I had noticed sooner. I got lost. I thought I had paused it. But yeah. Topics, feds being wacky with their U-Hauls. Alright, so... U-Haul crashed into Lafayette Square, security barriers near White House. Driver apparently had a Nazi flag. A U-Haul truck crashed into security barriers in around Lafayette Square across the street from the White House Monday night. The Secret Service said the driver of the truck was arrested and apparently had a Nazi flag with him. Which, if I'm going to crash into the trucks of the White House, I would of course only have a Nazi flag with me as well. The crash happened just before 10 p.m. Secret Service spokesperson Anthony Guglielmi said, tweeted, "There are no injuries to any Secret Service or White House personnel, and the cause and the manner of the crash remains under investigation." And isn't this the sad part? Law enforcement officials could be seen inspecting the truck shortly after 11 p.m. The back was open and it appeared robots were being used to try to determine if anything dangerous was inside. In a follow-up tweet, Guglielmi said the truck has been deemed safe by DC police, and preliminary investigations reveal the driver may have intentionally struck the barriers. A law enforcement source told CBS News that the man is a U.S. citizen. After driving into Lafayette Square, he made threatening statements aimed at Biden and Harris. There were no explosives in the vehicle and no weapons. The source said the FBI was involved in the investigation and the man did not show up on any watch list. He didn't appear to have any significant criminal record, according to checks done overnight. U.S. Park Service police said the driver was arrested and charged with assault with a dangerous with a dangerous weapon, reckless operation of a motor vehicle, and a threat to kill, kidnap, or inflict harm on a president, vice president, or members, destruction of federal property, and trespassing. He wasn't immediately identified by authorities. Only 2 of these charges are proper: destruction of federal property and operation of a motor vehicle. Crashing into a gate is not assault with a dangerous weapon. That's just not it. I gotta go check if my YouTube side stream is still good. Yeah. Looks good over there. WUSA Troy Pope tweeted a video from the scene of a Nazi flag the driver apparently had in the truck. Because if I'm going to crash into the White House, or the fence of the White House, I'm only going to have a Nazi flag. That's just the only proper way of doing it. New investigators pulled what appears to be a Nazi flag out of the U-Haul. They haven't provided any further details. Here's what we know. I'm just having a day right now, Native. That's what I'm having. I just realized I have not had the article pulled up the second time reading through it. Dude, this stream is fucking scuff supreme. I cannot overstate that. Just, you know. Fuck. Well, let's hear what the WUSA article has to say about it. God damn it. I'm having a fantastic day, guys. It's great. I'm fucking up my own streaming stuff. Fuck. And now my Windows is crashing. Fuck. Dude, I just got here. Stop fucking that up. Alright. I hold on. I gotta do this. I gotta. You all. Alright, so 7 news by your side. ABC News. So the driver's name is apparently Sai Varshith Kandula, a 19-year-old from Chesterfield, Missouri. This man is apparently a white supremacist who was wielding a Nazi flag and rammed the gates of the White House. That is at least from MAGA Nancy and from Viva Fry. Also, ABC 7 News. Because you know. Man, this whole non-white white supremacist thing is so fucking weird. All right, so that's enough for the U-Haul story. It's just a little funny, you know, that the FBI would just crash a U-Haul into the gates like that. That's a little interesting, little quirky, a little. Love it when the FBI does their little quirky bullshit, you know? Oh, that's huh. All right, hold on. Can't wait for Alvin Bragg to do nothing about this. Any... Wait, she's in New York. What is she doing with a blade anyway? Crazy fucking bitch. But yeah, like I was saying, wacky FBI, wacky federal agents with their wacky fucking U-Hauls. No fucking way. This guy crashed into a very clear partition. I thought he would like full speed it into the actual gates themselves, but you know, it's whatever. I'm just a guy criticizing another guy's work on getting into the White House, apparently. E. Jean Carroll adds Trump's post-verdict remarks to defamation case. She's seeking at least $10 million more $10 million more in second lawsuit against the former president. New York E. Jean Carroll, the advice columnist who won a $5 million sexual abuse and defamation award against former President Donald Trump, is seeking at least $10 million more in a court filing Monday that seeks to hold him liable for remarks he made after the verdict. The amended lawsuit was filed in Manhattan by Carroll's lawyers, who said Trump doubled down on derogatory remarks about the former LA magazine columnist during a cable television appearance a day after the verdict. This is the Townhall. It's hard to imagine defamatory conduct that could possibly be more motivated by hatred, ill will, or spite, they wrote to Trump's remarks at CNN Townhall. This conduct supports a very substantial punitive damages award in Carroll's favor, both to punish Trump, to deter him from engaging in further defamation, and deter others from doing the same. A 9-person jury, which is not 12 people, and this is not a criminal case. A 9-person jury decided Trump had sexually abused Carroll at an upscale Manhattan department store in early spring 1996. It also found that Trump had made false statements that damaged her reputation after she went public with her allegations in a 2019 book. Carroll testified during the trial that Trump raped her in a department store dressing room. Trump, who is campaigning for presidency, did not attend the trial or testify. The jury decided Carroll had not proven that she had been raped, but found that Trump had sexually abused her. Trump continues to deny that the attack happened. He said Carroll made up the allegation to help sell her book, which is actually the truth. And if you know anything about Me Too hacks, that's exactly how it goes. Joe Tacopina, a Trump lawyer, declined to comment on the new legal claim. Carroll defamation claims against Trump have proceeded in 2 separate lawsuits. One decided in the trial that just concluded, and another that previously dealt only with the derogatory remarks that Trump made in 2019 while he was still president. The lawsuit, which has been tied up in still unresolved legal appeals, is the one to which Carroll, 79, has added her new claims. Carroll's lawyers has asked for a speedy resolution while she remains in good health and before Trump's time and attention are consumed entirely by his presidential campaign. A spokesperson for the U.S. government lawyers declined to comment. Carroll's lawyer added that Trump was motivated by purely personal reasons rather than presidential or official reasons, saying he implied that Carroll was too ugly for him to sexually assault, falsely stated that Carroll had previously lodged fake allegations of sexual misconduct against other men, and invited a baseless narrative that Carroll fabricated her accusation for money to promote a book or to further a political conspiracy, without possessing or pointing to one iota of support for those claims. E. Jean Carroll book release. What do we need men for? Published date. July 2nd, 2019. When did E. Jean Carroll accuse Trump? Ah, All right. June, July, August. Wow. In the new claim, Carroll's lawyer said Trump, undeterred by the jury's verdict, persisted in the malicious defamation and maliciously defaming Carroll yet again at CNN event. He doubled down on his prior defamatory statements, asserting to an audience all too ready to cheer him on that I never met this woman, I never saw this woman, that he did not sexually assault Carroll, and that her account, which had just been validated by a jury, appears one day before, was a fake, made-up story invented by a whack job. Those statements resulted in enthusiastic cheers and applause for the audience on live TV, the lawyers wrote. Chet did. They had Trump use the national platform to demean and mock Carroll. He egged on laughing audience as he made light of his not convicted. Yeah, I had a problem. I did not. I'll explain it after I'm done with the article. As he made light of his violent sexual assault, called Carroll names, implied that Carroll was asking to be assaulted, and dismissed the jury's verdict, vindicating Carroll. Well, it's almost like the guy who doesn't think he did it, who didn't do it, says and claims he didn't do it, and acts like he didn't do it. Shocking how that works. So E.G. and Carroll's taking second dippings into fucking Trump's pockets, suing him once again. But like, what are the new damages? I need to go cut my grass. I should have cut it last week, but I'll be back in a few hours. Wait, before you go, Native. I was listening to music while writing earlier, and I forgot to mute my desktop audio. So that's why I fucked up. It's lovely. I had to restart the whole show. I had to go back to the beginning and restart. Also, the feds be wacky as shit. See you when you get back. Alright, I'll save this for the last portions. North Carolina Governor Roy Cooper declares state of emergency for public education in the state. Raleigh, North Carolina. In a special address, Governor Roy Cooper declared the public education in North Carolina is facing a state of emergency, according to news released by the governor's office. On Monday, the governor urged North Carolinians to contact their legislator about the state's public education. It's clear that Republican legislatures is aiming to choke the life out of public education. I'm declaring this a state of emergency because you need to know what's happening. If you care about public schools in North Carolina, it's time to take immediate action and tell them to stop the damage that will set back our schools for generation, Cooper said. A spokesperson for Republican Senate President pro tempore Phil Berger said in a statement, meaningless publicity stunts do nothing to improve education outcomes in our state. The House and Senate will continue to work together to put forward budget proposals to address the needs of students and parents. North Carolina's schools currently have more than 5,000 teacher vacancies. Recruiting and retaining quality teachers to classroom is harder than ever, and low pay is a big reason why, according to Cooper. If you care about public school, okay, yeah. Cooper's plan includes pay raises for teachers and reformed curriculum, among other subjects. This week, Cooper will travel across the state to meet with business leaders, educators, and parents to raise awareness about the dangers of the bills in North Carolina General Assembly in hopes of joining the fight to protect public education in the state. Watch the governor's address. Ah, how long is it? It's 5 minutes. We'll watch it. All right, sound on properly this time.
Hi, everybody. It's time to declare a state of emergency for public education in North Carolina. There's no executive order like with a hurricane or the pandemic, but it's...
All right, it's time to make sure I can be heard, or the video can be heard. All right, sound on.
Time to declare a state of emergency for public education in North Carolina.
All right, sounds good.
No less important. It's clear that the Republican legislature is aiming to choke the life out of public education. I'm declaring this state of emergency because you need to know what's happening. If you care about public schools in North Carolina, it's time to take immediate action and tell them to stop the damage that will set back our schools for a generation. Here's what's happening in the next few weeks. Their private school voucher scheme will pour your tax money into private schools that are unaccountable to the public and can decide which students they want to keep out. They want to expand private school vouchers so that anyone, even a millionaire, can get taxpayer money for their children's private academy tuition. When kids leave public schools for private school, the public schools lose hundreds of millions of dollars.
I'm just waiting for that thing to...
And while they hand out private school vouchers to millions, when kids leave public schools for private school, the public schools lose hundreds of millions of dollars.
Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. I gotta make the tweet. I gotta make a tweet. It's in my balls, it's in my DNA.
And while they hand out private school vouchers, the public schools lose hundreds of millions of dollars. And while they hand out private school vouchers,
the real reason why anyone opposes private school vouchers, a system that allows parents to pick their own schools for their children, the public school funding is of utmost importance despite being a failing program. It's not for the kids. It's about money. At Gov. Roy Cooper. There we go. And voila.
No more shot. This is
I mean, they can. It's just whatever they want, man. Hot damn. Ever heard of pepper spray or like 9mm? It'll put them down like really quickly. Grab her by the weave. Grab her by the weave. Do it. That's hilarious. All right, back to it.
To millionaires. They also want to give them large tax breaks, too. This drops an atomic bomb on public education.
Oh, good. I can only hope that does.
By shrinking the state's budget by almost 20%. Public schools shrinking the state's budget by almost 20%.
Oh. That can't be how bad it is. Couple things to keep in mind. Edit function is limited to original tweets. Does not include things like replies to threads. Okay. Okay, got it. Why is your... I just... It's so fucking stupid. He admits the reasons why he cannot... You rat bastard. You fucking got me. Okay, I need... Roy... Okay, I need to find the real one. Roy... NC... Governor... Governor... NC... I got. I cannot believe it. Oh, hot damn. Would you fucking... I cannot believe the fucking stupidity of me. I fucking got by a parody account.
Public school superintendents are telling me they'll likely have to cut schools to the bone, eliminate early college, AP, and gifted courses, art, music, sports, if the legislature keeps draining funds to pay for private schools and those massive tax breaks. The chance to fix our teacher shortage will also evaporate if the legislature chooses corporations over classrooms. Will also evaporate if the legislature chooses corporations over classrooms. We have more than
Okay. Every time this guy fucking speaks, I get more. Yo. Private schools, charter schools, and home schooling are all classrooms. It's the largest corporation to choose from. Ugh.
5,000 teacher vacancies in kindergarten through 12th grade classrooms, leaving tens of thousands of students without a qualified educator. Our students deserve good teachers. That's why instead of tax breaks for rich folks and private school vouchers, I proposed a pay raise of 18% over the next 2 years, because our teachers deserve better pay and more respect. But the legislature wants to give them neither one. In fact, the Senate has given veteran teachers a $250 raise spread over 2 years. $250. That's a slap in the face, and it'll make the teacher shortage worse. Tax giveaways to the wealthy also harm our youngest learners. Families and businesses across the state have called for strong investments in early.
Alright, what's his bill anyway? North Carolina School Choice Bill. All right. Lovely little thing states are. The way they format their fucking laws. We'll read this after dipshit Roy Cooper is done.
Childhood education. But so far, the legislature is turning its back on children, parents, and the businesses that want to hire those parents by shortchanging pre-K, Smart Start, and quality child care. Our strong state economy is built on strong schools at every level. You know, smart investments in education work. An official report said students recovered dramatically from pandemic learning loss in North Carolina. And it's because we invested $5 billion in federal dollars to pay for additional teachers, tutors, and summer school. What doesn't work is taking away funding and using partisan politics to fool parents who care deeply about their children's future. Not satisfied just to starve public education, the Republicans in the legislature also want to bring their political culture wars into the classrooms. If they get their way, our State Board of Education will be replaced by political hacks who can dictate what is taught and not taught. Education will be replaced by political hacks who can dictate what is taught and not taught in our public schools. North Carolina schools need rigorous science.
Is this already the case? Nor time and time again. I am... this frustrates me to no end.
Reading and math classes. Not more politicians policing our children's curriculum with book bans, elimination of science courses, and more. Put together, these ideas spell disaster that requires emergency action. The North Carolina I know was built on support for public schools, and we can't let the legislature tear them down. Support for public schools, and we can't let the legislature tear them down. I'm fighting back, and I need you to do it too.
God, I hate this guy so much. I should be ranting this out vocally. The pro-government schooling governor admits North Carolina was built on federal funding based on public school attendance. What a hack. For this dipshit wrong about his dumbass stance.
2. Public schools can survive this legislative session if we can limit the damage. But we all need to pull together to do it. Right now, please go to governor.nc.gov. This site lays out the facts and shows you how you can connect with your state legislators and tell them to support public education. If you commit to call, write, text, or visit with your legislators and work to hold them accountable, you will make a difference. Our children need us right now. Thank you so much.
Alright, so let's get into this fucking bill that he complained about. An act expanding eligibility for opportunity scholarship to require sequence of courses for early high school graduation and to establish an early graduate scholarship program. A voucher? Oh, these are scholarship grants. North Carolina School Voucher Program. Yeah. God damn. NC Ledge. Uh, HB. SB. Today's bill. That's what's bill about. Said at press conference for Wednesday. As we propose has no cap, so everyone that hears me today is eligible for opportunity. So here's the actual bill. Oh, god damn it. I was there already. An act to expand eligibility for opportunity scholarships to require a sequence of courses for early high school graduation and to establish the early graduate scholarship program. Eligible students. A student residing in North Carolina who has not yet received a high school diploma and who meets all the following requirements is eligible to attend North Carolina public school pursuant to Article 25 of this chapter. A child who is age 4 on or before April 16th is eligible to attend the following school year if the principal or equivalent of the school in which the child seeks to enroll finds that the students meet the requirement established by the authority pursuant to GS 115C 562.2D, and those findings are submitted to the authority. And B, has not been enrolled in a post-secondary institution as a full-time student, taking at least 12 hours of academic credit. Has not been placed in a non-public school or facility by a public agency at public expenses. The authority shall make available no later than February 11th one annual applications to eligible students for the award scholarship to attend any non-public school on a full-time or part-time basis. Information about the scholarship grants the application process shall be made any non-public school on a full or part-time basis. So it's a lot of percentages that's just got strucken out. Beginning with 2023-2024 school years, scholarship grants shall be awarded to eligible students as follows. For students residing in households with an income level not in excess of the amount required for the student to qualify for federal free or reduced price lunch program per year per eligible student, an amount of up to 100% of the average state per pupil allocation for average daily membership in the prior fiscal year. For students residing in households with an income level between the amount required for the student to qualify for federal free or reduced price lunch program not in excess of 200% of the amount per year per eligible student, an amount of up to 90% of the average state pupil. Oh. Of the average state per pupil allocation. For students residing in household with an income level between 200% between the 200% of the amount required student to qualify student for free or federal reduced lunchtime, and not in excess of 450% of that amount per year eligible student income, an amount of up to 60% of the average state per pupil allocation for average daily membership in the prior fiscal year. For all students per year per eligible student, an amount of up to 45% of the average state per pupil allocation for the average daily membership in the prior fiscal year, unless the student qualifies for a higher amount under this subsection. Tuitions and fees for a non-public school may include tuitions and fees for books, transportations, equipment, or other items required by the non-public school. No scholarship grant shall exceed per year per eligible student an amount equal to 100% of the average state per pupil allocation for average daily membership in the prior fiscal year, and no membership shall grant shall exceed the requirement tuition and fees for the non-public school the education student will attend. Verification of eligibility. To verify that the domicile requirements of GS 115C366 are met for state residency, the authorities shall establish a domicile determination system and shall establish rules for determination of domicile within the state. In accordance with the subsection, the Division of Motor Vehicles of Department of Transportation and Department of Public Instruction, the Department of Commerce, Department of Health and Human Services, Department of Revenue, and Department State of Elections and State Chief Information Officer, each shall expeditiously cooperate with the authority in verifying electronic or by similarly effective and efficient means. Evidence is submitted shall accept, verify state driver's license, voter registration, public benefits, filing state income tax for Texas for year prior, verify and enroll North Carolina. Electronic submitted copy of the following address within state utility bill, bank statement, government check, paycheck, and other government documents. In addition to this section, the authority may seek verification of information of any application for scholarship grants from eligible students. The authority shall seek and verify 4% of applications for scholarship programs funds awarded under GS 1150-15C. The Opportunity Scholarship Grant Fund, it's no longer a reserve. The amount of scholarships available under this part to a student at an eligible post-secondary institution. All right, so everything past here is for early graduates in post-secondary. Appropriations. So yeah, it's just a way to open up education funding for parents that might need it in public schools to choose a private school of their choice. And you know what's great? You know what's better than private or public schooling? Which is not a hard bar to meet. The Dragon's Treasure. The Dragon's Treasure, which is a haven for anime and tea lovers. It's a fantastic place to get tea and coffee now. You can get coffee. So Dragon's Treasure, using code Layman at checkout will get you 10% off of your purchases with Mana Potion, Sebastian's Morning Earl Grey, Ingenuity Strainer, You can get the TT Wear and the Dragon's membership. It works for everything on the site. You can use it even for the coffee. Here, see, pre-order. The Demon's Extract, the Dio has the ability to stop time. Wait, maybe not. Alright, whoops. Well, whatever. See, alright, you get whole beans, or you get ground, or you get roast or unroasted. Here is the ground beans. Here's its 12-ounce size. Add it to your cart. Hit checkout. No, I'm not interested. No, I'm not interested. You can always look, they always recommend something, so go ahead and check those out. Go hit checkout once again. Up, wait. So figure, have you tried the coffee? I was gonna sell green beans as well. Let's see. Uh, that's what I'll do. All right, I figured it out. I can safely advertise. Wait. All right, windowed. There we go. Remember, using code LAYMAN will get you 10% off the purchase, like so. It'll save a lot whenever. Did they censor my asshole appropriation chat? Did they? So figure, have you tried the coffee? Oh, he's gonna sell green beans as well. Did they send? I don't think so. But yeah, code LAYMAN gets you 10% off the purchase. And I'm just gonna remove that. I'm going to enjoy that email from the Dragon's Treasure whenever I'm done. I don't know, man. I don't have any phrases banned or blacklisted. No words or anything. Sorry. So remember, using code LAYMAN at checkout with the Dragon Treasure will get you 10% off teas and coffees, merchandise, and the Dragon Wings membership. I'm going to fucking appropriate you, asshole. Did that work? Well, yeah, I read it. I saw it. Wait. You can't say asshole? In chat? I'm going to fucking appropriate. Whoa. That just got yeeted. Holy shit. What the fuck? You can't say fuck? Hold on. What the fuck? You can't say fucking? Alright, so apparently you can't say fucking in the chat. You can't fucking swear in the chat. Get trampled on, bitch. The chat gives no fucks. Alright, so enough of this North Carolina faggotry. Just gonna switch to that real quick. Maybe. Maybe they'll get it resolved. Whitmer signs red flag law allowing temporary removal of guns from those deemed dangerous. Give it 10 years. Quick setting, there's a button for it. Wait. Stare. Nicholas, what do you mean? Chat censorship or the bots? Like an auto mod? On the road. There's a mute word button sort that needs to be unchecked. Community. Oh, it's checked so that way I can it allows all comments. There is no checks for that. Or it's not checked up. So I already have that done, so that's good. Give it 10 years, can you see that one? If you post it in between, can give it 10 years and can you see that one? I cannot. Oh no, Nicholas, we're talking about Rumble, not YouTube. Don't worry about it. Thank you, though. Oh, fuck. What the fuck? Governor Whitmer signed legislation allowing courts to temporarily take away guns from those judge deems pose the threats, pose risks to themselves or others. Governor Whitmer signed into law a series of bills on Monday that will allow law enforcement, family health care professionals, and others to petition the court to temporarily remove guns from those a judge determines pose an imminent threat to themselves or others. Shit, piss, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker. Yeah? Hi. Welcome back. Apparently I disconnected for like half a second. We need more dead cops to try to enforce those orders. God damn it, dude. Whitmer signed the law. Whitmer's signature on Senate Bill 83 joins a list of more than a dozen states that with so-called red flag laws. No, they are red flag. Sometimes called extreme risk protection orders in place. The legislation won't go into effect immediately because it did not garner any Republican support. The state legislature instead, the law is slated to take effect 90 days after the end of the legislative session. Whitmer said the legislation would help curb gun violence, including firearm suicides and mass shootings. I know you're right, but like, I can't endorse. I mean, it's not a direct threat, but if I endorse it, I might get. Yeah. Yeah, dead tyrants trying to enforce tyrannical orders. We must act because week after week in America we see grim, familiar headlines. She said at a bill signing ceremony flanked by gun safety advocates, including former Congresswoman and gun violence survivor Gabby Giffords. The shooters from Oxford and MSU both showed concerning behavior beforehand. Many perpetrators of gun violence show warning signs, Whitmer said, and now law enforcement in courts have been told to intervene, she said. I didn't specify who or what is the tyrant in the statement. I just said dead tyrants. We need more dead tyrants to try to enforce tyrannical laws. Doesn't say any particular individual in any way, shape, or form. Don't even worry about it. Yeah, path to violence is certainly bullshit, I agree. Bill sponsor state Senator Mallory McCarroll, a Democrat for Royal Oak, said the red flag law will help prevent future tragedies involving guns. These laws, more than anything else, will buy time to prevent worst case scenarios. Time to save lives, she said. Democrat red flag bills passed along party lines. During the debate over the bills, GOP lawmakers argued the legislation would not have stopped the shooting at Michigan State University, a campus earlier this year that left 3 dead and 5 injured. The shooting prompted Democrats to reintroduce gun safety proposal that stalled in the previous GOP-led legislature. Some suggested that they might have prevented the rampage on MSU campus. This shooter at MSU was waving red flags all over the place, said State Senator Jeff Irwin, a Democrat from Ann. that will turn law-abiding citizens into criminal at the whim of tyrants who want you dead. Very true. At least one law enforcement office official, Livingston County Sheriff Michael Murphy, has vowed to not enforce the new red flag law, but the Michigan State Police, which has jurisdiction throughout the state, could enforce the proposed red flag law, according to the state attorney general office. An MSP spokesperson declined to comment on whether it would do so if a local law enforcement agency refused, calling it a hypothetical scenario. Ban no one but require training. I get the reason for requiring training, Nicholas. However, I would highly recommend against that idea, that thinking, because it's one step into requiring training and the next requiring licensure. Requiring training leads to licensure, leads to ultimate infringement. It should be an incentivizement to train yourself and educate yourself on the matter. You cannot force people to learn about something that has no interest to them. Just like you can't force people to learn something that I saw a comment and got lost. These are rights enumerated in the Constitution that shall not be infringed. To require training to achieve the access to that right is on its face an infringement. Now, maybe you can require training. I know you don't have a Second Amendment in. I don't want to insult you by taking hazard guesses at where you are. I forget what country you reside in. And I know there's a particular feeling towards Swedish people in Norway and Norwegians in Sweden. And if you're not in any of those places, I am so far apart from where you might be. Sweden, all right. I just wanted to be sure. I remember seeing PewDiePie respond to a video of a guy that was in Norway. It's like he drinks from like straight from a vodka bottle. And it's like some girls made a video like we're at Columba, Cambodia. Where are you at? And it's like he drinks and he's like, I'm in Norway. But at least I'm not in fucking Sweden. I love it. It's great. What's that? A YouTube chatter tell me he's an idiot. I'm going to YouTube to call this dude an idiot. Southern anarchist, relax, relax. He's not an idiot. He's intelligent. He's just Swedish. I will insult you. This idiot shall not be infringed if you lost it. It's decide you need training, then it'll be a matter of time until this includes political training. He is he's not an idiot. He's just Swedish. Relax. I'm so going. Oh, it's no. Yeah, he's friendly, relaxed. He's on our side. He just doesn't have a Second Amendment, so it's not the way he thinks. Yeah. It's a take for someone that doesn't have a Second Amendment, that doesn't have the enumerated Bill of Rights that shall not be, that the feds cannot touch. At least that's what I assume is like in Sweden. I might be wrong. I'm just used to Canada. It's only a bad take in America. In which case, he's not in America. Someone who's accustomed to tyranny is what it sounds like to me. God damn it, dude. You are highly aggressive. It is passionate. Correct. That's hardly even a constitution. Oh, shit. I love that fucking interaction. He's not an idiot, he's just Swedish. I'm going to stick with that for the rest of the night. Alright, it's time to wrap up this fucking topic though. God damn. As part of the red flag package, Whitmer has also signed bills 4146, 4147, and 4148, which prohibit those subjects to extreme risk protection orders from purchasing firearms, waive court fees for those seeking such an order, and make it a crime to lie on the petition to temporarily take away someone else's firearms. Well, this is the only good one. Well, yeah. So that's the only good one. Make it a crime to lie on the petition to temporarily take away someone else's firearms. That's all right. I agree with that. Waive court fees for those seeking an order. I also agree with that. Someone seeking a protection order should not be punished for merely trying to get protection. This is the only one I disagree with. Because it is a de facto... Actually, I think... under the Constitution, wouldn't this be a de jure Constitution amendment? I wanted to say de facto constitutional violation. But a constitutional law applies everywhere equally and strongly. It's the ability of surveillance the government, U.S. government now has. With bill signings Monday, lawmakers have now sent Whitmer the 3 proposals aimed to curb gun violence that the governor asked for at the start of the year: universal background checks, red flag laws, safe storage requirements for firearms, and safe storage. Okay. Whitmer did not specify what additional proposals she would like to see passed. I'm gonna go back to Rumble. Yes, Mr. Poopy Butthole, go back to Rumble so you can call me faggot and whatnot. That'll be great. Fuck it, also. Oh, that was fantastic. I cannot believe. Earlier in the stream, I covered the story where the feds drove a U-Haul into fucking the gates of the White House. That was fun. Oh yeah, Nicholas. I tweeted at the North Carolina governor earlier about school vouchers program. If you would retweet that and get it some attention, I'd greatly appreciate that. It's an indictment of the man's actual motivations in each of his things. I think I even missed a point. Also, you too, Poopy Butthole, Colt Reynolds. It's kind of fucked. North Carolina was built on public school funding. It accounts for 20% of our federal funding. If it's 20%, if school funding for public schools is 20% of your revenue, like total revenue, you need to diversify your revenue source, bitches. So Whitmer's tyranny has no end. Michigan goes down in flames. Facts-based and impartial journalism, said by the most partial journalistic branch group I know. Ooh. It was Lafayette Square, not the White House. It was headed towards the White House. But yeah, poor Lafayette. All he did was fight in the Revolutionary War. What did he do? Parents of a 22-year-old Colorado man, I almost said Carolina. Colorado man killed by sheriff's deputy while suffering a mental health crisis won a $19 million settlement, the largest in state history, in a deal announced Tuesday, but they also achieved key changes in policing, including crisis intervention training for officers responding to people in distress, which they hope means that no one else will have to die like their son. If we can save one more family from ever having to go through this, if we can stop some other poor person from being gunned down by police for no reason, then that will be a major achievement. Sally Glass said in an interview along with her husband, Simon Glass. Under the deal, Clear Creek County, where Christian Glass was killed, will establish a crisis response team. Its sheriff's office will train and certify all deputies in crisis intervention. Honestly, they shouldn't be policing that much anyway, but yeah, sure, if you're gonna intervene in that way. The state of Colorado, which had 3 officers on the scene of Glass's June 11th, 2022 killing, in addition to those from local agencies, will create a virtual reality training scenario for the Colorado State Patrol based on the shooting that will focus on the de-escalation in stressful situations involving officers from different agencies. The program focuses on encouraging officers to intervene if they think a fellow officer is going too far or needs to step away from the incident. Can maybe all of them pull every officer away? Speak up and say something to stop the onslaught, said Simon Glass. None of them did what they should have done that night, and if they had, he'd be alive. There's no indication from body camera footage that officers from the agencies attempted to stop the breach of the vehicle before Christian Glass was shot. It was like a group bullying situation, Sally Glass said. First and foremost, however, Simon and Sally Glass wanted to clear the name of their son, a creative and gentle artist who was born in his father's native New Zealand. At one of their son's funerals held in England, where Sally Glass is from. Attendees believe that the initial police report, later acknowledged to be misleading, that described Glass as the aggressor. It was awful, said Simon Glass. Before Sally had added the settlements shows they lied. Who is Christian Glass? Boo Kiwi suck. Is that in reference to Colorado? The sheriff's office also apologized for its initial news release on the shooting, which it said did not give an accurate description of what occurred. And citing the finding of an outside investigation that found that the force was not consistent with that of a reasonable officer. A park will also dedicate to Christian Glass separately. Colorado Governor Jared Polis has pledged to display the young man's artwork on a state government property. The settlement, which the communities of Georgetown and Idaho Springs also joined as the largest for police killings in Colorado, topping the $15 million settlement, reached in 2021 for the death of Elijah McClain, and also ranks among the top in the United States. Rathod said his law firm, Rathod Mohabdi LLC, also represents the mother of McClain, a 23-year-old black man who died in 2019 after police in Denver suburb of Aurora forcibly restrained him, and the paramedic injected him with a power sedative ketamine. Oh, that was fucked. Oh, that one's fucked. I know that one. He was hogtied, wasn't he? Oh, god damn it. Alright, get through this fucking ad. God, this is so fucking gay. God, it lags like a motherfucker. Oh, I missed it. I was just about to skip. Alright, so they got him on the ground. We don't need sound for this, by the way. We just... Maybe not. It sounds so familiar. Man hogtied on ground, injected with sedative. There was, whenever I was learning EMS, there was a man I watched. It was a demonstration of shock. Your face starts getting sweaty. You get pale. So some police officers had this guy hogtied on the ground, supine. Wait. No, prone. Supine is this way. Prone is on your stomach. They had his hands cuffed and his legs tied up in the air. Oh yeah, that's basically hog tie. The stress of everything in that situation led to him dying of asphyxiation. And then either a firefighter or an EMS member injected him with a sedative to calm him down. They basically killed this man. Everyone. I am familiar with maybe some of the aspects of this case. I might be wrong. But yeah, they sent him into a K-hole. Former Clear Creek County Sheriff's Deputy Andrew Bowen, who shot Glass, and a supervisor, former Sergeant Kyle Gold, are both being prosecuted in Glass's death. A jury found they needlessly escalated standoff after he called 911 for help. Gold was not at the scene, but was watching the event unfold on body camera footage and authorized officers to remove Glass from his vehicle, according to court documents. See you, Nicholas. Thanks for coming by, and thanks for the retweets. Uh... Wait, how is... I'm gonna need a lawyer to help me out with this one. How can Gold, so Bowen, Gold, who is not in the case, was indicted on charges of reckless endangerment and criminal... How can Gold even be charged, though? How? He wasn't there. I mean, he gave an order to make the arrest, but making an order to arrest someone is not reckless endangerment, and nor is it negligent homicide. Also, yeah, what, state actors killing people? Color me shocked. Yeah, complete surprise. Who would have fucking thunk? Lawyers for both officers unsuccessfully tried to get charges against them thrown out, while Bowen's lawyer objected to how information was presented to the jury. Gold's lawyer argued that Glass needed to be evaluated for drugs, alcohol, and mental health problems. It could not just be allowed to leave. Their lawyers did not immediately return calls or emails seeking comments on the allegations Tuesday. In response to police killings of people and mental health and mental distress, reformers have pushed for crisis intervention and de-escalation training for police, and even alternative police programs where mental health and responders are sent to some emergency calls instead of law enforcement. Some cities, including Denver, have programs where EMTs and mental health clinicians can be dispatched instead of police, but the area where Glass was killed about an hour's drive away from Denver, did not have the option at the time. Glass's car became stuck on a dirt road, initially told the dispatcher he was being followed, and made other statements which indictments said showed he was paranoid, hallucinating, or delusional, and experiencing a mental health crisis. Officers' body-worn camera footage show Glass refused to get out of his car, making heart shapes with his hands to officers and praying, "Dear Lord, please don't let them break the window." After roughly an hour of negotiations, officers decided to breach the car, even though there was no indication that Glass posed a danger or was suspected of a crime, according to the grand jury. Once the window was smashed, the body camera footage shows officers preparing Glass with the beanbag rounds and tasing him. Glass brandished a knife in a state of complete panic and self-defense before twisting in his seat and thrusting a knife in the officer's direction, according to the grand jury. Bruin then fired his gun 5 times in the Glass. The grand jury found that at no point was the other officer in imminent danger of being stabbed by Mr. Glass. Wait a minute. Wait. So man has a knife within Fuller drill range at an officer. I mean, I'm not to give any sympathies to the officers, but if this is as it said it is, where he lunges at an officer, if they're like near the threshold of the door, this is an imminent danger, an imminent deadly threat. But for the decision by Gold to remove Glass from the vehicle, there was no reason that Mr. Glass would have been in danger to any law enforcement personnel, to himself, or to any member of the public, the indictment said. Mr. Gold said so. That's basically what it boils down to. Christian Glass body cam. All right, so we'll just watch the video, I guess.
Window. You don't want me to break your window, right?
Thank you. One voice, one voice.
One unlock button.
Nope, he needs to drop that knife. Christian, please. Please drop the knife, Christian.
Does not have the knife.
It's in his fucking hand, Chief.
Okay. Taser from over there. Christian, right here. Look at this.
Buin, you still got beanbag?
Yep. Look at
Get that
this.
knife out of his fucking hand.
Beanbag. Christian, hit the, reach in. Impact, impact, impact.
He's not dropping it. Drop the knife, Christian! Drop it, Christian!
Okay, one more. Reach in and get the...
Tase him. Tase him from the back. Don't do it, Christian! Don't do it! Drop the knife! Drop that knife! Someone tase his ass. Someone tase him.
He is.
He still got it. He still got it.
God, that is horrible, I will admit. That is not good. It's a valid question, though. What the fuck was the point? Why are they there? He asked for help getting his car out of the road, or out of the dirt. And it gets harassed by cops.
Christian.
Christian, drop it!
Drop the knife, Christian! Okay. God damn it, dude.
All I did was ask for help.
Chief,
What's that?
you want to try pop passenger side to get it unlocked?
No, man.
Oh man.
One voice.
Look at
The knife! No! Go get my knife!
Christian.
Randy, you got that door held shut? God damn it, dude. Please don't.
Christian.
Drop the knife!
Please drop the knife!
Christian.
Randy, you got that door held shut?
Did he swing passenger side? He looks completely contained in the driver's side.
He still got it. He still got it.
Christian.
Christian, drop it!
Drop the knife, Christian!
No.
God damn it, dude. Please don't.
Christian.
Drop the knife!
Please drop the knife!
I hate how bad this camera footage is.
Christian.
Randy, you got that door held shut?
Alright, yeah. I don't see it. I don't see their defense. Okay. Okay, I watched. If he was swinging this way, that window is still up. If he swung at him through the window with the knife, that's not good. However, if he swung that way with, you can't see my mouse, can you? If he swung towards the window of the driver's side, it's not a good thing. If he swung towards the passenger side, where I presume an officer is basically maybe leaning into, that's a more fair shot. However, what the fuck? And I guess a quirky little story to wrap up the day. Good Samaritan helping ducks cross the road, street killed by teenage driver. Everything that could have gone wrong went wrong this day. A Good Samaritan who stopped his car to help a family of ducks cross the road in Carroll, California was struck and killed by a teenage driver, police says. The incident occurred on Thursday in Rockland, California, approximately 25 miles northeast of Sacramento, when the male driver parked his car at an intersection at the Park Stanford Ranch Boulevard when we saw a family of ducks attempting to cross the busy street, according to the statement from Rockland Police Department. But when the man identified as 41-year-old Casey Rivera by ABC's News Sacramento affiliate KXTV got out and tried to shepherd the ducks across the road, a teenage driver who was headed eastbound on Stanford Ranch Boulevard ended up hitting the man who was attempting his good deed. The juvenile struck the pedestrian who was in the roadway, said the Rockland Police Department. The driver remained at the scene of the collision. Emergency first responders arrived to assist, however, the man died at the scene. The major accident investigation team was activated and responded to the area following the collision. and the police say the intersection was closed for nearly 6 hours while authorities conducted their investigation, which lasted about 2 a.m. on Friday when the road was reopened. Both lives were ruined, his and the person who hit him. So I think it's terrible, community member Diane Meyerson told KXTV. He was doing something nice and ended up dying for it. Nobody thinks they get out to help an animal for nobody thinks that they get out to help an animal or a person that they're going to get killed, or going to be killed. The teenage driver was not arrested and the incident is still under investigation, police says. Rivera, who was an employee at Maria Montessori Charter Academy, was reportedly driving his children home after practice when he saw the mother duck and ducklings struggling to cross a busy intersection. We would like to extend our condolences to all involved in this tragic event, said the Rockland Police Department. Anyone with information regarding this incident is asked to contact the Rockland Police Department. I call it a quirky story, but it's really tragic. It's really sad and upsetting, really. Ugh. With that, oh yeah, one thing before we wrap up the show, before I start the wrap up process, I just wanted to say, because it seemed important to me. What's it here? Our Nuggets at Laker. Ah, god damn it. My whole shit crashed. Do you know how hard it is to be a streamer? Why were they trying to remove him from his car is a very fair question, though. I will say that. Yeah. Oh man. Lakers. Oh man, that makes me so fucking happy though. The Lakers fucking lost. Fuck the Lakers. Well, no, I don't. No, not the Lakers. Fuck LeBron James. Yeah. I have hated this man. This absolute retarded bitch. This pathetic, sniveling cunt. For years now. For a couple years. It's not been years. I've only hated him recently. I think he's a good player, but unfortunately, good players are sometimes shit people. And I know, I should not revel in his loss, or in the loss of a team, because of his bad take. However, fuck LeBron James, you lose, you sack of shit. That makes me happy. No playoffs, retire. No, this is playoffs. No finals. There we go. Just broke my TV in front of 17 guests after the Lakers lost 0-4. My wife took our kids and said they would be spending the week in a hotel. This game has ruined my life and my party. Ah, damn it! You got us with a prank. Well, the Lakers lost. LeBron's after the Lakers lost the 15-point lead. Let's see what this says. This is interesting. God. I have hated LeBron James since he made his fucking comments about Rittenhouse. That's just my personal satisfaction speaking though. Oh, what the fuck? What did I almost scroll down to? Alright, enough of that. Lakers lost. That's all that matters. Man. I guess it smelled like gasoline, huh? But yeah, I'm satisfied. 2-hour marks. I'm wrapping up the stream. We got 30 minutes until I gotta go make my food anyway. So with that said, go to Dragon's Treasure. Use code Layman. Get your tea. Fuck! Why didn't you tell me my shit wasn't on Poopy Butthole? Yeah, I was on Twitter looking at Lakers losing. Here's the important shit. Lakers lost. Denver Nuggets win. So yeah, use code Layman. I smell like gas and grass. Good shit, man. Trim those leaves, trim those grass. Dragon's Treasure is a haven for anime and tea lovers. Sells tea, merchandise, tea wares. Dragon's Wings is a membership, which you can get a discount on with code Layman. Oh, and also the Dragon's Treasure now sells coffee. You got Dio and Demon's Extract. I have pre-ordered the Dio coffee. I'm waiting for it to get here after. It's supposedly going to ship on the 28th, so I will tell you how it's like after I get it. Hopefully it'll taste fantastic. So yeah, remember to use code Layman at checkout for 10% off your tea, coffee, merchandise, and whatnot. Oh yeah, my new gaming channel. I'll mention that in just a minute. That's actually part of my wrap-up. If you liked what you saw today, all the scuff, and I feel so stupid for that start because I didn't realize I kept music playing in the background for the whole night or through my whole sleeping and throughout the first part of the stream. That's basically copyrighted and I'm going to get hit for it. So, you know, I'll argue that whenever it's argued. They hit my channel with a copyright strike. I'm like, it was an accident. I played Oopsie Daisy. I stopped it as soon as I learned. So yes, with that said, thank you for watching, everybody. Thank you for coming to who came to watch during the show, who came to watch during the replay. It was a pleasure having you guys here. I want to thank Nicholas for coming to watch. Mr. Poopy Butthole, Southern Anarchist, the ever dick that he is. I would not have Mr. Poopy Butthole any other way, I will say that. NC Native, thank you for coming by to watch, even if you only popped in at the start and at the very end. You had to mow your grass, I completely understand. So remember, if you liked what you saw, like on YouTube and on Rumble, both of which can be found in the descriptions below. Like and subscribe. You can also find my gaming channel on YouTube and on Rumble, which is on YouTube it's Legal Layman Gaming, and on Rumble is Legal Layman Gaming. I just need to set up my on YouTube, and I'm waiting to get. Once I get 10 subscribers on the Legal Layman Gaming Rumble channel, I'll be able to get 15. It just sounded like elevator music to me. It was Lend Me Your Voice by a Japanese production. So it's a little bit more than elevator music, unfortunately. Go watch my gaming channel. I'll be able to get the custom URL as soon as I get 15 subscribers on the gaming channel. That's where I'll stream every other day that I'm not doing a news topic, because I realize I need to get my head out of the legal world sometimes, and it is not good for me. So, you know, gaming's what I want to do in my free time. Figure I may as well turn it into something that can make some money. And it's a fun way for me to de-stress, decompress, and pass the time. But that said, remember... Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. So yeah, like and subscribe on YouTube and Rumble. Go to the gaming channels and subscribe on them. I'll announce that. I'll announce when I stream on those channels whenever I do. But I'll announce that on Twitter at Legal Layman with 2 N's at the very end, and on locals at legallayman.locals.com. Please join there. It's like Patreon, but better. They don't censor you for your words. And I'm probably going to establish a back.by back channel, or channel, so that way I can also get on the blockchain. With that said, thank you for watching. Use code Layman at checkout. And I appreciate your viewership. Hopefully I'll see you guys next time. I'll stream tomorrow with the Federalist Papers, like I should always do. I don't know if I'll start turning my days off into gaming streams, but I'll probably just have my days off as they are, which is Thursdays and Fridays. So, with that said, I will see you guys later. Until next time, hang loose.